Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Subs Lie, Dubs Lie, a comprehensive anime podcast. It's your boy Jay, aka Versace Vegeta, and I'm here with my dog D. How are you doing?
What's going on, brother Jay? What's going on, people? We back at it again.
Yes, sir. Back at it. Session 52. Now, Subs Lie, Dubs Lie is long enough to where you can listen to one episode every week for the whole year and feel satisfied. And then by the time you get to that point, you'll have so much more of us.
You got mad stuff to cover, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on. Look at that, man.
There's some classics in there, man.
For real. For real. In every single season.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
There's going to be something for you. Though we cover different topics every season, I can definitely imagine that everyone has their own personal favorites throughout each of them. And we appreciate everybody tuning in with us along this ride, man.
Yep.
Bro, last week, such a fun episode getting into the end of Evangelion.
That series is too addicting, bro.
It is.
That's
bro.
been played in my household ever since.
Yes. I was watching the Rebirth movies this weekend.
Oh man, I stopped, man. My girl was like, "Yo, I'm gonna catch up to you, so don't pass me." And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I'll wait. Yeah, she just now watching end of Evangelion.
Nice.
Her reaction is killing me.
Oh, I bet.
I posted a screenshot.
No one's ever ready.
Man, I posted a screenshot of a conversation. She's like, "Did Masato just die?" And I just put the bird emoji, and she just cried.
Oh my god!
No, after the pod is done, I'm gonna have to call her and be like, you know.
Oh god! See, no. How do I say goodbye?
Man, that's her favorite character. When she was telling me that, I shook my head because I was like, I know how you gonna react. And it's just so funny her seeing the red flag. She's like, "Yo, something's off with Ray. Something's up with Kendo." I'm like, well,
yeah.
I ain't gonna spoil the series for you, man. I'm not. But you see it. It's not hidden. Like, masterpieces don't need to be all super analyzed and detailed. You can see it at first glance, man. So that was a doozy, 100%. Honestly, since recording that episode, Evangelion has been probably played in this household at least 2 hours out of each week. It's probably gonna be the wave now, because I'm gonna probably watch the Rebirth movie next week or something like that, or probably this week. You know,
man,
those are addicting, man.
They really are. They really are. And it was something where, after watching End of Evangelion, going back and then rewatching the rebirths in succession, I was like, oh, this. Like, I felt like Danny DeVito as Frank from It's Always Sunny in that one gif. Like, I get it.
Yeah, you get it. It's like, hard not, bro. It's hard not, bro. Like, end of Evangelion, like, you finish watching that, and like, it's impossible for you not to want more. Like, I watched, I'm like, yo, this can't end like this, man. Like, it's a beautiful ending. Like I said, great ending. To be honest, you don't even need a rebirth
for the time period of 97 through 2007. It's a perfect ending, and you can leave it there. But that man, man, I'm telling you, once Ano decided he wanted to go back to the well and say, "Hey, look, I've had therapy. I'm a little bit more whole now. I got a new story with this now. I want to tell." Man, thank God he did, bro. Because by the time you get to the fourth one, it's like, oh shit! Like, seeing Shinji do the things that you always wish he could have done. It's like, it's wish fulfillment, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it feels like almost Ano talking to his old self through that. Or like, and I've read up, he has his own like traumas with his father. So even that might even be him talking to his father on the inside. But it felt even more like it was just like, yo, like Gendo represents if Shinji had just never moved past those feelings of isolation and that hedgehog's dilemma, right? It was so beautiful seeing that story all the way through. I'm still Ava pilled. I'm about to start playing the game soon. I saw there was a really decent fighting game for the PS2 and one for the PSP. So
fire.
I'm gonna check those out, man. But I'll tell you, it was as hard as it was to get off the Ava train. It was easy to be on the Ava and Gundam train at the same time.
Well, absolutely, man. It's good. A good masterpiece or another masterpiece. So it's like, hey, you're not missing much, man. You really not.
Not at all, man. Mecha anime in general, like gives you that feeling, man. And I always joke whenever I watch like certain live action shows, I'll say like, oh, this is just anime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like wrestling is definitely shown in anime for sure.
100%.
With a lot of other bullshit sprinkled in. But one thing I was introduced to this past weekend, the very first episode of number 1 Sentai Go Juger. It's the 50th anniversary Super Sentai series, bro. I was getting fighting game vibes. I was getting mecha anime vibes. I was like, oh man, like this might be the one. This is number 1. This is it, bro. I got into the series. I was watching the first episode. The main characters got like, his whole dilemma is that, you know, he doesn't have a dream. He wants to search for a dream on his own, right? Yeah. And this is very reminiscent of the main character of Kamen Rider Faiz, who also is a wolf-based powered character who has the same dilemma. This show is written by the daughter of the person who wrote Kamen Rider Faiz as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that goes. But, bro, what excited me was when they got into the fights of this show, my boy was pulling off fighting game strings.
Oh shit! It's hard not to say, yo, this is not the one. This obviously that's what we're going for, man.
Like he was literally like, it looked like, you know how when you're playing Smash Bros, like it'll be like down B, up B, side B. You know what I mean? Like there's like sort of like a chain to the attacks. That's how it looked when they were showcasing this dude in the fight. I was like, bro, and that's just the red rate. Man, Go Juju's gonna be the one for me. I'm back into Super Sentai, bro. I'm back in. I'm back in. Somebody even made like frame data of the scene. It was very hilarious.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I sent it to you just now. But it's got the people going, man. I've had folks say like, yo, nah, I think I get it now. You know what I mean? And with this being like the 50th anniversary of the series, like apparently the Rangers have to face off against other people that can transform into previous Red Rangers, and like they fight them as their rivals and stuff, as well as there being like these guys that have their own like evil robots that they fight against. So, you know what I mean? Like it seems like a pretty dope premise, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm pretty psyched for it, man. I'm gonna see what Super Sentai's talking about this year.
Yes.
But from another franchise that's been around since the 70s to another, Mobile Suit Gundam, man. This week, we are diving into Char's Counterattack. And for me, this is not just a fire movie, a fire like ending to a story. Like it is a culmination.
It's mad at those at once. Promise you.
You know, like there's so much where you can enjoy this movie without watching the prior stories within Mobile Suit Gundam. But if you're familiar with Mobile Suit Gundam, you're familiar with Zeta Gundam, you're familiar with Double Zeta, and even some of the side stories there within, this is one of those where it's like, oh, this is the payoff to everything. All the wars that have come about, right? All the different struggles, all these personal and even ideological battles.
Yes.
You know, I'm really glad we're able to cover this one. This is one of those that this is a double pick this week, right? This is both D and Mi's like on my favorites list.
Hell yeah, man! I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute.
Me too. So I want y'all to tune in after the break as we get into Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, specifically the battle between Amuro Ray and Char Aznable, because if it wasn't for that, none of this goes the way it does.
Oh yeah.
Tune in after the break, y'all.
14 years after the 1-year war, the armed forces yearn for redemption. Char, the leader of this rabble, has hatched a plan.
We will discipline the people who continue to live on Earth and eliminate the source of any wars in Earth's sphere.
Under the guise of surrender, Zeon will make their final assault.
What are they up to? Char, what are you thinking?
Deeming Earthlings so vile a creature, Char schemes to save the planet by destroying the people.
The Earth cannot go on like this any longer.
No one has the right to punish human beings that way.
Only the Rondo Bell, Amuro Ray, and his Gundam stand in their way. Mobile Suit Gundam, Char's Counterattack. Saturday, January 4th at 11 p.m. An Adult Swim exclusive. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
This movie right here is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, from the jump, from the first scene.
From the jump, literally just the unveiling of the new Gundam and just the exposition between characters. Like, this shit wouldn't be happening if Char wasn't trying to drop a meteor on the planet Earth. It's like, wait, what?
What? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, bro, we're coming off of the last time we see Char is in Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta. So he was a good guy.
He was.
He was
My
a
man
good guy.
Control Vegeta. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
teamed up with Amuro Ray. They was
Yeah, they was drinking together. They was
it was comrades, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like,
Help
you
my boy
just-
Camille be done.
Oh man, that's my guy. That's definitely my guy.
Oh yeah. Definitely a piece that was missing from this movie for sure. Like,
Yup. Yeah, big missing piece,
especially when you consider like how Char and Amuro both were a big influence on Camille.
Yes.
I feel like I would have taken him over Quest and Guinea.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, especially over Quest. Like, I get it. And it ties well into what's going on in the movie and what realization our boy Char has. But, like, no. I get it. I understand it. And I still don't like it. That's the beauty of this series.
But, to set the entire tone, right? For Mobile Suit Gundam, this is literally all of the main story of the Universe Century Gundam up until 1988. Yeah. All tied into one story ending here, right? If the franchise of Gundam had ended as far as anime-wise, at this point, you would still say, damn, that's a strong story.
Hell yeah, that's definitely a strong story.
Thankfully, we've been able to have other follow-ups since then, like Gundam Unicorn, Gundam Hathaway's Flash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of other different stories.
Yeah, good stuff. Notice we ain't talking about other whack copies and whack series.
I've never heard of that stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about good Gundams. We talk about good Gundams over here, man. 'Tis the season for all the good seasons.
Man, yeah. Oh yeah, for certain. No hate on this season whatsoever, man.
Absolutely not.
It's one of those things where this movie had me really back in the mindset of when I was in my teens and in my early 20s of watching through all these Gundam stories. Even when the pandemic hit, I had went through and rewatched Zeta and Double Zeta. Those are parts that I remembered I had watched through one time, and I was like, that doesn't stick with me as much as Mobile Suit Gundam and Char's Counterattack, which I had watched over and over.
Oh yeah,
right. Which is why up until today I really didn't even get in. I was like, I think I'm good. I'll just get a refresher. You know what I mean?
Like legitimately, you get like for that movie. If you are well versed with that universe, you can easily just watch the fight. Yeah, and understand exactly what happened the entire movie.
Exactly. Enough exposition is given to you between the characters to understand that. And honestly, I've played the events of this movie through so many games.
So exactly, bro. Exactly.
That even in games where I am not playing through these events, if I see these mobile suits, like if I see Gine and Quest's Yak Doga, if I see the Sasabi, if I see the new Gundam, if I see the REGZ, right? If I see any of these mobile suits, I immediately get flashes of this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
To those scenes that those mobile suits are in. So Char's Counterattack, for us personally, is a movie that's really stuck with us over the years.
It's impossible for it not to be stuck.
Yeah. And it's such a great movie. I know that it's getting a re-release here in U.S. theaters next month.
Oh, really?
In March of 2025. Yeah.
Oh, so it's probably its anniversary.
Yeah. It's coming out like the middle of March. I think like March 12th is the showings.
Yeah,
at least for here.
That's cool. Because I know that the movie dropped on March 16, 1988. Yeah. So nice little trip.
Yeah, definitely for that same week, that anniversary celebration.
Nice little tribute.
Yeah, I think I might go see it in theater. I've never seen it in a theater before.
Me neither. I feel like that would be a crazy experience, especially the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. The entire Axis drop, man.
Yeah.
But I digress. Talking about all of our memories with the movie to the movie itself, right?
Yes.
Over the years throughout Mobile Suit Gundam's history, from Mobile Suit Gundam through even in some degrees in Zeta and all the way leading up to here, Amuro, Ray, and Char Aznable have been bitter battlefield rivals, right? If you're just going based on how the story is told, you could believe that Char is the antagonist and that Amuro is the hero, right? Mm-hmm. Especially through the actions that are taken in this movie. However, Gundam is such a layered story that it's easy to understand both sides in their reasonings, right? When you take into consideration that during Mobile Suit Gundam, Amuro Ray had caused the death of a new type woman who meant something deeply to the both of them by the name of Lala Soon, who also happened to be right alongside Char Aznable's sister.
Yeah.
You can see that
Shayla Mass, man.
The death of Shayla Mass and Lala Soon is something that is very deeply tied to why they have this rivalry at this point. While they did have a brief truce during Zeta Gundam, this conflict is at full force now, right? With several years removed since Zeta Gundam, Char Aznable is the leader of Neo Zeon, and he's seeking to lead humanity to evolve into all becoming new types, basically space psychics. You go into space, and there's a good chance that the second half of your brain can awaken.
Yeah.
That allows you to have psychic abilities. It allows you to more intrinsically understand other people's feelings and their traumas. Char and Amuro both being new types. Char wants to lead Neo Zeon into causing humanity to have to evolve by dropping Axis, a massive asteroid and colony, onto the Earth.
crazy.
At this point, Amuro fighting for the Londo Bell, force within the Earth Federation government, stands against him. He wants to believe in humanity's ability to change without having to force it to happen. He believes that if humanity's able to evolve into new types, that we should just wait for that to happen over time and not have to force this sense of empathy on the planet. Sounds a lot like a story we just talked about last week.
Yep.
So we have a battle that's not just personal. There's an entire fundamental ideology. Humanity's future is in the balance here. And it's not just one man and his robot against one man and his robot, and they do a flashy battle. That battle is not, it's cool, it's brutal, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
But that battle in and of itself is really just the set piece for everything that takes place. It's been about 9 years. Yeah, so we've got the past 9 years of their history. So much has happened for them at this point that anything less than all-out war, I don't think would be heavy enough to be a set piece for their battle.
Yeah, the long talking is not doing anything for both of these people.
And even though there is a fair amount of talking in it, right?
Yeah.
All their long talks they done had the talks.
Yeah, they done that, man.
You know, like all of that's been done. At this point, we are active in the moment where Char and Neo Zeon have forced the drop of Axis. It's heading towards Earth. While there's an entire force of battleships and mobile suits between Earth Federation's forces and trying to stop Axis in whatever way that it can, right? So tell me, D, like, what are your thoughts on just the setup for this movie? Everything has happened for these characters up until this point, and the tone for their struggle, just without like all of the characters that are thrown into it, right? If we're just talking about Amuro and Char, what are your thoughts on all that?
Man, this movie was a long time coming, and the result, it was intertwined with, like, it was just destiny at this point. Mm-hmm. Like, even that little brief period where they were in a truce, essentially, like, they still had, you know, some lingering issues, essentially.
Yeah.
So that was always gonna be there. You know, seeing Char from down for the first episode and Amuro for the first episode, and, you know, all they know really is to fight. They've been programmed to just fight, whether it be for their own ideas, whether it's been somebody telling them to do it. All they know how to do is fight, and
they've been thrust into having to do it, whether it was by their own means or militaristic means, right?
Yeah, yes. So it was bound to happen. You know, unfortunately, one side had to take a very extreme side, and like, I understand why people, you know, would side for, you know, Londo Bell and the Federation's belief on this stance. But you know what I'm saying? You got to look at Char, and you just know what he's gone through, what he's still going through, and, you know, just everything that is not just what's going on, but the future. You know, it's a lot on his plate.
Yeah, very much.
And no character is going to understand that at all. There's none, because there's nobody in Gundam at this point that's even close to relating to what Char has to go through, what he's gone through, and what he has to go through, period. So from the get-go, this was always going to be a clash. These two had obviously different opinions from the longest, and, you know, unfortunately, these guys, like, they like, it could have been something great, you know.
Yeah.
You think that, you know, they'd probably be siding with one another, and it would be a happy ever after story. But that is not what Tomino does in his series, which I like that. Not everything has to be peaches and cream, but this was to be expected. Char falling to this route, it was basically pretty much the only answer for him. We've seen Char move on his own just for his own principles, what he wanted to accomplish, getting revenge. We've seen him play the good guy, essentially. So we've seen him being in the middle. We've seen him being a good guy. Yeah. There was only one thing to be shown left of him, is just him cosplaying, the true evil, him taking on everything that is viewed as, immoral.
I know you mentioned that revenge. For the folks that are listening in that aren't so familiar with Char Aznable's background, you mind expanding on just like how he went about that revenge and what that was for during the Mobile Suit Gundam?
So Char Aznable, right? This man, unfortunately, had a fate that no other person would go through. His father is the founder of the Republic of Zeon. So, if you don't know, the Republic of Zeon is a nation, and it's a state that essentially is a republic. It's taking control of, it's a government essentially.
Yeah.
And again, for the founder to be your father, and again, for your father to die, and for you to take on exactly what you deem as revenge, it's tough. You're going against the Zabi family, and the Zabi family they're no joke. But Char's no saint. The way he goes about it, getting his revenge, it's methodical, tactical. Guarma, he gets smoked, and Guarma thinks he has a friend, and that's the leader of the Zabi's son. And that was a long time coming. And what's her face? I forgot her name. Yeah. Char puts a bullet right through her head. That's a perfect. Man. Man.
Throughout Mobile Suit Gundam, you see Char come across like he's like the ace pilot for Zeon's forces. So of course he's able to be around the main family of the Principality of Zeon, or the family that's taken over at this point, right? And they don't realize he's Cosful Dekum, right? He's got a mask on the whole time, right?
He has this mask, and it's so faint. Like, everybody should know. Like, even if you don't know the series, you've probably seen the mask before.
You've 100%. Seen plenty of animes with a masked character that was bringing on their own rebellion. If you ever watched Lelouch of the Rebellion, Code Geass, made by Sunrise, everything in that show is a Gundam throwback, just drawn in clamp animations, right? So yeah, this sort of character, hell, I would say Eren Yeager is a Char clone.
A terrible one,
but he's one definitely. Zeke maybe, because he's the blonde one, but still, right? There's so much in that sort of character archetype. So him getting this close personal time with the Zabi family and then turning on them in these moments that are advantageous to him, it's like a big win for Char. Like, even though Amuro's the main character, they're dude antagonists to me in a sense, right? Like, whenever I see Char in a moment that isn't involved with Amuro, I want Char to win in every sequence, right?
Absolutely, because 9 out of 10, he's probably in the right.
Yes, exactly. So that way, when we get to the point to where, during a sequence where these two are going at it, and Lala Soon and Salem Mask, Char's sister, gets killed, Char can't forgive Amuro he blames Amuro for this forever, to a point to where even later in this movie, Char says, like, I saw Lala as someone who could have been like a mother figure for me. And like, Amuro's like, huh? Like, what?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't realize how deep this is for Char, which is why he's willing to go to the lengths that he went to. Thank you, D, for for going into further detail on that. That I really feel is something that the early parts of his past, even though they get mentioned a couple times in this movie, it gets kind of lost.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Because if you're paying attention to only his actions and not anything that anybody else is bringing up, you'd think this is all about Lala.
Yeah.
Right. Hell, he mentions his sister one time. And then that's just in passing, right?
Yeah.
So like you really think like, oh man, he really hasn't gotten over that one. It's a whole lot. He's having to shoulder the weight of being Cosful Deku.
Yeah, he needs a therapist, and nobody is there to play that role.
No one. Right. At this point, with them being the leaders of their, well, Amuro isn't necessarily the leader, but he's the ace pilot. Char is the leader of Neo Zeon. They are with their most advanced mobile suits, Gundams in the whole game at this point. You got Char piloting the Sasabi and Amuro Ray in the new Gundam. Now, these two, like I mentioned, are basically space psychics, new types, which means that the abilities that they can use as pilots are on a technological advancement beyond most pilots, right?
Yeah.
Amuro is able to use the psycho frame technology, which enhances his new type abilities in tandem with the fin funnels on the new Gundam. Fin funnels are basically, they're these jettison cannons that can shoot around, but they move around at the whim of his thoughts. He can aim them in 360 dimensions at any sort of foe. Even can combine them to form a force field around the new Gundam to work as a shield. So my man is really fighting in 4D chess here. He's also the fact that Amuro is a pragmatist and is very adaptable in battle is something that I feel like is showcased in the new Gundam in and of itself, right? It represents his character.
Oh yeah.
All Gundams typically have that like all white coloring, right? You know, the white horse being the signifier, right? It's supposed to be that, like, you know, it's the good guy sort of symbolism. But the weaponry, I've always felt in the design to the new Gundam, that's why it's my favorite of the UC Gundams. Because nobody else but Amuro could pilot this thing on the level that it was being shown.
Oh, absolutely. Just using the psycho frames, no, you can't use that. We seen a lot. We seen what happened to the last folks.
Throughout Zeta Gundam and Double Zeta, folks there are cyber new types, basically new types that are cyber enhanced to have new type abilities, and they try to use Gundams or other mobile suits with the psycho frame, and it drives them insane.
Yup.
It literally drives them psycho. Psycho Gundam being one of those, right? Whereas Char and Amuro, they both are of the capabilities to where, you know, as new types, they're of as sound mind as possible. I feel like Char has definitely had some mental degradation at this point. More so than Amuro.
Oh yeah.
And it only seems that like that way because Amuro, only at the end of the movie is he willing to do something that's like, oh, I gotta throw all away my ideals and I gotta do this to foresee my mission. Whereas Char was that way the whole movie. You know, Char is represented in his mobile suit too. The Sasabi is an all red mobile suit, very much to Char's styling, right? That lets you know it's 3 times faster than anything else out there, right? Shouts out to the red Zaku heads. It's an aggressive mobile suit that's built in a way that it looks like a knight, right? It's got like a huge shield, it's got a huge cannon, got a huge saber and saber axe, right? He also uses funnels with a Sasabi. With Char also being a new type, he's able to use funnels with the Sasabi, but his funnels are used a lot more brutally. Like he will use them to be like, oh, all fire, you know what I mean? Like, blast. Whereas, you know, Amuro's using them very technically and in a way to where like he's aimed at survival as well as like trying to get the job done for the
It's so crazy because role reverse in the first Mobile
Yeah.
Suit Gundam, like that's Char style, just being methodical, and he's the ace pilot, and Amuro, he's trying to adapt to this machinery, so he's doing a bunch of stuff. He's basically Crash Dummy. It's so hilarious how the tide just changed completely.
It's wild because with Char's more traditional style, right, Amuro is able to sort of keep up with them, almost surpass them in their piloting ability, right? I feel like this showcases Amuro being as focused as he is on protecting peace, whereas Char's like, yo, man, listen, I'll kill all you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I don't care.
He's just a shell of himself, man.
He is.
He looks pathetic.
Even in the moments where he's away from battle, right? Where you can see his insecurity in himself, and you can see his love interest like reminding him, like, yo, you're Cosful Dacom, right? And like reminding him, like, hey, like, you're powerful in and of yourself. You don't need quests. You don't need none of these distractions. Whereas Char, he's willing to use every means to an end. There's a 13-year-old girl that's the daughter of a politician who's basically working on both sides for what he believes is the greater good. And this politician winds up going over to visit with Neo Zeon. During that period of time, his daughter Quest sneaks out with Amuro and a young boy named Hathaway, the son of Captain Bright, Slapaho Noah. And this point reaches to where Amuro and Char come across each other. And Char is like, hey, man, I'm more than a pilot. I'm just out here riding horses. Leave me the fuck alone, right? And Amuro's like, no, we gotta talk. You're wildin'. And Amuro's about to shoot at him, and Quest is like, no, fuck you. I'll shoot you if you shoot this man. And decides to go leave with Char, right? At this point, Char showing complete interest into anything that she says and anything that she wants, right? And a lot of fans will misinterpret this as Char taking advantage of the fact that Quest clearly has a romantic liking to Char, but you have to take into consideration that Quest is a troubled 13-year-old girl. Her father had been literally cheating on her mom, right? She'd been ignored in her family. She wants to have a parental type of unit. That she first went to Amuro seeking this, and Amuro was just like, say, look, I got a lot on my plate, baby.
I can't do that.
I can't be that, right? And he's just being realistic. But she takes that personally and leaves off with Char. Char does not reciprocate these emotions. Char has a love interest in the movie that we're shown with. And every time that someone brings up, what the fuck is up with this shit with Quest? She's like, yo, look, the girl's she's a new type, bro. She gets it. She gets it. And she does. She's a natural new type.
Yeah, she's a natural.
When it comes to piloting, she gets it. So, of course, he uses her as just a tool on his own, right? The only problem is that she's a 13-year-old girl piloting her own whim.
Char's not. They even said Char got them allegations. Queen is like, yo,
I'm like,
don't you know?
Did you watch the same movie I watched? My man Char has zero allegations. He just said, look, say, bro, a little child soldier shit, that ain't got shit to do with me, bro. She got in the fucking robot, nigga.
Man,
you know what I mean?
He's like, don't you know he just has an infatuation with young girls. And I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no, people been throwing box at Char in this series for the longest.
And it's wild because there's another teen character by the name of Gine. He's a cyber new type piloting on the Char side. He had his parents killed in an accident at a former colony, and basically kind of just for his own sake wants to just be recognized, wants to be acknowledged as a good pilot, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't like the fact that Quest likes Char. So he now is like, I'll fucking kill Char.
Yeah,
and I'll get her to love me. And it's like, okay, guy.
Yeah.
So he's basically the person who's left to see after Quest during their battles. At one point, it's the first initial battle in the entire movie between the Federation and Neo Zeon forces. And Quest, being the very adept new type that she is, she's like, oh, there's a ship over there.
Yeah.
I'll get them. They're just hiding. I'll just go kill them. That ship was just overseeing the battle and how it was supposed to go, right? Because her father, the politician, was on the ship, basically just overseeing how trade was supposed to go.
Yes.
Her not knowing that was not a warship, just goes off and all willy-nilly just shoots the ship, blasts it.
She just blasts it, man.
As a new type, she gets this wave of emotion where she kind of understands that something wrong just happened, but at no point does she ever realize she killed her dad.
Boy, what an idiot.
So Char is just taking advantage of this weapon, basically, right?
Yeah,
It's-
nothing new.
She winds up piloting a mobile armor to try to fight against Amuro, and that goes entirely terrible.
Yeah.
But let's zone out before we get there for just another moment. With this fight in and of itself, man, like, I feel like there are a lot of psychological points that hit really hard, right?
Yo.
There's a point where Amuro and Char are chasing after each other, and they're not in their mobile suits. And Amuro gives this speech.
Yeah, he's telling him, intellectuals in him.
He's like,
he's really giving it to him,
intellectuals, they seek shelter by themselves. They don't really understand people, and they're just he's basically just saying some people think they're smart are just loud pieces of shit.
Yeah,
and
man.
It was like, whoa.
I've never seen like this before, bro.
I've never seen Amuro talk someone down like that, and never seen Amuro try to use like psychology to be like, nah, I'm gonna beat you.
He's
in your mind.
Revolutions are dreamt up by intellectuals, man. It's just unrealistic. That takes to deep, drastic measures. He's just basically telling Char, like, I get it, bro. I understand you. You're a fool. You're just a fool. I get it.
And it's wild, dude, because at this point, I feel like Char kind of sees the end coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, on a deep level, he's pushed to this level of like psychosis to where I think he even realizes like there's no coming back from it. I don't think he even intended to see past the meteor being dropped.
Yeah, I
don't think he
100%.
had any plans past that.
Yeah, he gave the new Gundam, and there was only going to be two things. He was going to be on equal footing with Amuro, and they take each other out, or Amuro just smokes him. And both situations were very, very, very understandable and plausible, like 100%.
And I feel like a big part of that is Char being impressioned on by Camille's actions at the end of Zeta.
Yeah.
So, but for those that don't know, right, Quattro, that's Char as himself in glasses, and Camille, they were escaping from Grips to a colony before it fired off its cannon, right? And Quattro's telling him like, yo, like, or rather Camille's telling Quattro, yo, you should just like go ahead without me. I'm gonna just like stick around and like see this through, right? And normally this is a point where like Quattro would just be like, no, like we'll go off and like, like we'll go off and fight. But Camille is so dead set on, fighting against Haman and Shiroko,
yes.
the two main antagonists of Neo Zeon during Zeta, that we see Camille sort of go on this, like, even if it means I die, I have to see this through. And I feel like that had a big impression on Char and how he's acting now.
Oh, absolutely. Even to the point, Amuro has a conversation with Char, and he's like, sometimes the greatest sacrifice is needed, and Char comes from a line of just human sacrifices. And it's just so hilarious because Char, when he hears that, he's just like, he just makes a face, and he just stares at his glass. They're both drinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, Amuro, did you know what you just said? And I guess Amuro is like, he's not really thinking how Char is thinking at all. Like, it hit him hard.
Yeah.
That was the episode where he had to, like, he announced that he was Caswell Dekum. So,
and I feel like even that scene with them drinking together, that in my head, I always told myself that when you see Char drinking the whiskey in this movie, he's thinking back to then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, shit. Yeah, there ain't no other way than to have to sacrifice people to seek the ends to these means.
Yeah, this is all he knows, realistically speaking. Unfortunately, ain't nobody, well, people have told him that it's just a dangerous plan, but this is how he has been here, successful as an ace pilot, a politician, etc., etc. He has gotten off a lovely career by doing this. So you go rely back to the unreliable, man. He tried playing that ideologue, let's be kind, let's be nice, He tried that, and it did not work in his eyes. He's not patient. Amuro said he's not patient.
Even thinking back on the speech that Char gives before the Neo Zeon forces, before they go into the battle, he says, like, when this is all done, I will have joined my father Zeon. His dad's dead.
Yeah, man. He's just, because he knows he's getting packed up, bro. He knows. He just said, man, listen, something really wrong with him. But you understand what's really wrong with him. But this was always a suicide mission. Like I said, you don't give somebody the new Gundam, bro. That is the most OP Gundam we've seen in that particular
And that's another
timeline.
thing we have to keep in mind is that, he basically gave Amuro what was to become the new Gundam, right?
Yeah.
Amuro just put his own advancements on it. But outside of that, Char's intention was for them to have one last battle on even footing. And
what a ideological idiot. Like, who thinks of something like this, bro? Oh yeah, equal footing. Yeah, this is the time for that. Axis is just falling, and it's bound to hit Earth. But yeah, let's have this one last battle, this one last dance. Real stupid.
And it's wild because an entire war is going on throughout this. This is not just the battle between Amuro and Char. This is all of Neo Zeon's forces versus all of Londo Bell's forces in this battle, right? And going back to where we were with Quest piloting the mobile armor, eventually Gine takes Amuro's love interest, who's also piloting out there in the battle, as hostage. And he goes up to Amuro and is like, yo, don't make no moves, man. Or I'll kill her. And the thing is that Amuro does not make any moves.
Yeah.
But his funnels do. His funnels fire in response to free Amuro from the cablings that he was structured in. And Gine literally says, oh, you're resisting? And just literally shakes her body around in space. He's holding her body in the mobile suit's hand, in the Yagdoga's hand, and throws her into space.
Bro is sick. He's so sick.
And she's dead from that moment. And it's almost like yo, like what the fuck are we coming to this point to where like you'll just hold people hostage and kill Amuro wasn't thinking about let's make, let's find a way to talk. No, that was the end of Gine at that point, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Very, very crazy. What a radical way of going. Holding hostages? Is that what we do?
I remember missing correctly. It was another person's love interest that Gine took hostage.
Yeah.
The reason I am bringing up Amuro's love interest, though, is that she also is piloting in this battle. Yeah. I did not misremember that. Okay.
Yeah. And they suffer the same damn fate.
Basically, we get to a point where she is battling off against Quest, and Hathaway with his dumbass, he gets into a mobile suit and tries to change Quest's mind because he's in love with her, and he feels like if Quest sees him, then he'll be able to change her mind and keep her from crashing the fuck out, even though she's fully in crash out mode at this point, right?
She's calling him a child man and all of that. Like, it's clearly one-sided.
Extremely one-sided, like unrequited as fuck.
Like, hell yeah. And you almost feel bad for him. Almost.
Quest wanted to live with Amuro as a family, and by that nature hates Amuro's love interest. So she starts trying to attack after Amuro's love interest. Amuro's love interest fights back and just straight shoots her, just blasts her right in the head. And Quest's mobile armor blows right up.
Oh,
and she's like, Hathaway, are you safe? Because Hathaway was about to get killed. And Hathaway's just like, ah! And like starts blasting her.
What a moron. I like Hathaway, man, but not his best showing. I guess they didn't have enough time to flesh out both Quest and Hathaway in this movie, and that's why you do get a bunch of stuff. You get the novel Betroika's Children, and then you get the Hathaway movie and all that.
And yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to bring this up. Because, the sequel to that, Hathaway's Flash, is a movie that's now on, the first part of it is on Netflix. And all of those things that happen to Hathaway from him getting slapped in the mouth by his father earlier, just for him acting like a brat, which, I mean, honestly, he did have coming.
Man. Mariah, you made a mistake. You should have never told him to go up to space, man.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. If Hathaway had not been in space, everything that happens like after this concerning his own story and him becoming a terrorist, as Mafty, and him seeing Quest's death,
but he would have been fine.
He would have been A-okay. He would have been A-okay. It would have been no problem.
He would have been normal. He would have been normal. Unfortunately, that is not the case.
So at this point, all the pieces on the field, all the named pieces at least, are gone. With the exception of Hathaway's crazy ass and Amuro and Char. Londo Bell gets the great idea to use the explosions of nukes that are within Axis to blow up the colony in asteroid that's heading towards Earth. However, all that does is blow it into two parts. And the back half of it is slowed down and is hurtling towards Earth. And if you understand like physics at all, the fact that it's slowed down is a bad thing.
Yes, it's a bad thing. Yeah, it's about to be curtains.
They now have an entire half of a colony hurtling towards Earth. Amuro and Char, they're at a point to where they're ripping each other's mobile suit parts off. Man, there's this part where they're fighting, and I'll never forget. The new Gundam literally like chokes Sasabi, pulls out one of his cords, and then like side kicks him.
Yo, he's kicking him in the chest. He's throwing him like, yo, Char's getting beat up, bro. He's getting beat.
Pieced up. Like at this point, we're beyond using swords. Like, you know, like Char's like, oh, his sword's quicker than mine, and boom, gets the arm of the Sasabi taken off. You know what I mean? Like, we're beyond having a battle that's an intricate mecha battle. This is just two giant robots throwing hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
My man Char tries to escape through his escape pod, but Amuro is able to catch that
he
pod.
catches it and he just puts
it in his hands.
And he sticks it in the axe.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'll deal with you later.
Dead ass. And in that moment, he's like, yo, the only thing I can do is try to protect the Earth. And gets with the new Gundam to the Axis colony, starts trying to push it away with the new Gundam. He realizes, you know, there's nothing he can do, and the power of the Gundam by itself, just, you know, with strength, pure strength, isn't able to get it done. So the Psycho Frame reacts on the new Gundam, and the psychic abilities literally are seen as a green beam pushing out from the new Gundam and helping to push against the Axis and keep it from colliding against the Earth, right? It's literally a miracle in how this is happening.
Oh yeah.
And even with that miracle, it's not enough.
Oh, absolutely.
So we start to see forces from both Londo Bell and the Earth's government, you know, the Earth Federation forces on Earth and Neo Zeon all take mobile suits to come together in one force to try to push back the Axis. And it's only in the moment where Char comes to the realization that, oh shit, like Amuro's using his psycho frame and his power to push this back, and I can feel it
feels so warm.
Yeah, like, you can feel the emotions of them, and because of that, that leads Char to use the power of his psycho frame and use his psychic abilities, and it causes this huge ass wave to just basically stop the Axis.
What a crazy conclusion.
And this huge explosion happens, and the credits roll.
True Tamino fashion.
We see reactions from other characters to the explosion. We see people on Earth as well as in space reacting to it, knowing that the Axis is no longer gonna fall. The movie does not give a clear answer as to the deaths or continued lives of Amuro Ray and Char Aznable. However, once the Unicorn Gundam novels came out in the 2000s, it was confirmed with that, and more so in the anime adaptation, that Char and Amuro died. Now, there's a little bit of an asterisk on Char, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Char gets cloned.
Yeah,
Comes back his full frontal.
Full frontal.
Then there's a hint that maybe he survived, maybe.
Yeah, you know, Lala comes in Lala fashion, and you know, essentially, it's really, you have to watch it.
It's a bunch of space psychic gobbledygook.
Yeah, absolutely. It's some groovy techno disco like colors going on in this situation, and essentially you see Lala, and Lala is basically,
Lala comes from the live stream.
Yeah. Like Lala is basically the Virgin Mary.
Yes. Yes.
She's the Virgin Mary. She is basically a catalyst for a bunch of anything that happened after 79.
Her soul shows up. Her soul is about as powerful as Athena from Saint Seiya.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If she shows up in your psychic dreams, like, you're gonna have abilities unforeseen and never seen again. You know what I mean?
Man, this one 17-year-old girl to just having the power to change lives, and just not lives, just change the world. I don't think that was her intention at all. Yeah, man. She was supporting Char, man.
But because Char idealized her in a way that no one could really imagine.
Yeah, man. You can't You see with Char, man, like I said, very emotionally traumatized. And the one person that genuinely showed care, other than his sister, right? And him and his sister are not on the greatest of terms.
Yes.
But the one person that's devoted to, protecting Char and just doing what he needs to do for his, whatever his sake is, that's Lala. She's cooked. She gets cooked, man. It's Char's fault. Let me be clear.
Yes.
It's Char's fault. He used her as a human sacrifice from the jump. He reaps what he sows, man. Like, everything that happened to Char is not like yeah, I can feel bad for him, but with
he's
the
not
Lala
a victim.
situation, yeah, he's not a victim.
The fact that she was even out there is his own fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. He was banking on that she's a new type, and essentially, he wasn't at that wavelength. He didn't even discover that he was a new type until like later on in Suit Gundam. So, boom. But yeah, everything that happened in Char, he did it, and he feels sorry for it. But what could he do but mess it up again? Someone who knows just strictly on ruining stuff and just trying to, piece it together. That's all they gonna do. That's all he knows. This is all he knows. Unfortunately, this is what happened, man. This shaped the entire UC timeline.
Oh yeah.
In a nutshell.
Oh yeah, because if there was any other, if you remove these characters from the 1 year war and from anything else in the events, it really just becomes this endless war that's just kind of a boring story.
It'd be a stalemate, man. It'd be a stalemate. Yeah. Without Char, you don't have you don't have Hathaway acting up. That's for damn sure. Without Amuro, you don't have any more children going in the Gundam, but hey, it's just a tradition. You can basically say that they're the catalyst for the plot for every Gundam. This is what it is. New type, new kid gets in the Gundam, figures out that they have some form of ability, and the other side is very skilled and very nice, and all of that, it's just there. It's just a repeat.
These
but
guys
it's fire.
get the blueprint.
It's fire though. Essentially, it's fire. It is 100% fire. But yeah, this is the blueprint. It's repeated on and on and on, and they make magic happen with it. So I can't even complain, bro.
Personally, this is not just the culmination of their rivalry, not just the culmination of a war in the history of an anime, but it's the culmination of nearly a decade in storytelling, the animation of the Gundam franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Gundam had been around 9 years by the time this movie came out and was a mainstay in Japanese culture. Like, this movie is one of the ones that most mecha movies that have come out since pay homage to in some sort of way or
absolutely
another. Right. I mean, Char's Counterattack is another one of those great stories that it's a part of Japanese culture bigger than just anime.
Yeah, buddy.
Amuro and Char are characters. You go to Japan and you're gonna see something dedicated to those characters, something either advertised, something being marketed, a commercial, some sort of branding, something, man. Amuro and Char are forever.
Yeah. Yep, that they are basically the blueprint for not even just mechas, some rivalries.
Yeah, a lot of rivalries. Hell, I would say Vegeta in some ways is a Char.
Yeah, especially, man. Shoot, the first couple of episodes of Suit Gundam, that's Vegeta and Namek, man, just piecing everybody up together.
For Vegeta's entire storyline of you trying to usurp Frieza and taking on his underlings, that's Char.
That's Char, man. That's Char taking down Azabi.
There's so many characters that owe it to these two and this rivalry. I'm really glad we got to cover at least the end parts of it, and I hope that we at some point get to talk about these characters, whether individually or so through some other capture of their stories at length. So because there's so much more we could really even get into for them.
Hell yeah, man! They ain't just leave them when they died. The story's still going on, man. The story's still going on. Time ain't even close to ending.
This is something where even the new Gundam movie that's coming out as the collaboration between Sunrise and Studio Gainax, Gundam G-Cukes.
Shout out to Hideki Anno.
It's based on a story where it's just a reverse telling of the 1 Year Wars. Char Aznable and Amuro Ray play roles as background characters in this new story. Like this rivalry's not going away no time soon.
Hell no, bro. It's the cash cow.
We're coming up on 50 years of Gundam in just 2 years.
Which is insane, bro.
It really is. And you can better believe, like, there's always going to be some sort of reference to Char's Counterattack and the events that we covered today. So I hope y'all were able to enjoy it. Tap in with the movie. It's on Netflix. It's on Crunchyroll. It's very easy to find.
Oh, hell yeah,
Very easy to find. Like, this is one of the, like, for it being a 1988 anime movie, it's one of the easier ones. Like, it's up there in like the Akiras in that, in terms of like,
absolutely,
they want to make sure this is shown.
True. Very important pieces of Japanese animation.
Oh, for sure. Like, you don't talk about like the course of anime history without talking about Char's Counterattack. Like, the Japanese anime movie industry, the way it is now, is largely due to how successful Char's Counterattack was.
Yeah, you never seen something like this before, man.
So I appreciate y'all tuning in with us this week. Be sure to tap in with us next week, as we are getting right back into that shonen. We are closing out season 5 with these next 3 sessions.
Yes. Ooh.
And we are saving some of the best for last, as next week we tap into Orochimaru versus the 3rd Hokage from Naruto. That's right, we are giving you the sequel to the Chunin Exams episode last season, baby.
Yeah, man, you knew we had to talk about this.
When we ended that episode, we said it then. We would love to keep going, and damn it, there's no way we couldn't.
Yeah, come on.
So be sure to, after you listen to this, you got a week before the Orochimaru versus 3rd Hokage episode comes out. Go back and listen to the Chunin Exams episode. I'll post it on Twitter sometime this weekend, so that way y'all can get the visual reminder and go back and listen to that, so that way you know everything leading into it, because if it goes my way, we were just gonna kind of continue, like, leaving off. Like,
absolutely.
Continue. No setup. Just if you want to know what happened before this, go listen to that.
Yeah.
Here we are continuing.
Yeah, go right back.
So tune in next week. It's going to be our first sequel that's not a direct week after sequel episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one, man. But until then, subs lie, dubs lie. We don't, never have, and never will, man. Y'all stay easy. We out of here.
Holla at your boys. It's us over there.
That's right, man. Peace.